Hey, BoLS fans, AdamHarry back in with another BoLS Battle Report. Today, Ben and I are playing some Infinity, or Infinite, as he likes to say.
That's not right.
He doesn't say that. Anyway, before we get into the missions and whatnot, let's go over the list real fast. We are playing a big full game, so 300 points per side.
Yeah, we're doing an ITS mission.
An ITS.
We've got the
cards.
Objective cards. So
classified, sneaky. So, Ben, run me through your list real quick. You are playing the Nomads.
Okay.
But what's going on?
I think Adam really just wants to know what he's going to be fighting against.
Yes.
Yeah, I won't say which one my lieutenant is, but I have I've got Bakunin. It's a Bakunin sectorial. I don't even know if I'm getting any bonuses for just using the sectorial because I don't have the fire team, and I can't remember what the FA on a lot of these guys is in normal Nomads, but whatever. It's Bakunin. I've got 3 moderators, 3 regular moderators, 1, 2. Oh, and the third one has a marker. So those are my standard sort of grunts.
And an up to, it looks like.
What?
And an up to? The hairband.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, dude, the Nomads are like the most stylish faction. Them and Alif, which is funny because they kind of hate each other. So yeah, the Nomads.
It's a fashion war, is what it is.
So yeah, speaking of fashion, I've also got the Clockmaker. He's my engineer with a pretty decent willpower 14. He also has the coolest pants in the galaxy.
He does. What are those, Jinkos?
So yeah, you can check it out if you don't believe me.
For like 95? Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, he bought him on future eBay. It's like eBay but more futuristic. His other fellow specialist is the Doctari. Yeah, so she's a cat girl. Whatever, it's
She's
fine.
gonna die first.
Don't hate. You stay away from her.
No, because she's the doctor, guys, not because I don't like cat people. Come on.
Okay, I've also got a couple of grade A hackers. We have the 2 Reverend Custodiers. One has a boarding shotgun, the other has combi, and also a marker as well. So I've got 2 markers. I actually have a 3rd moderator with a marker because those are some pretty good. Those can be some really good equipment, but I haven't painted her up yet. I've got a what is this one called?
A Zond?
It's a Zond. It's a Vertigo Zond. This is the smart missile launcher.
Holy crap!
So this is the one where you can shoot it at a model in the targeted state without line of sight.
That's a jerk one. Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's bad news. And then I've got my Meteor. This guy drops out of the sky. He just has a combi, but what makes him cooler is he's got a bunch of special abilities. He's a forward observer. He's a repeater, and he also has sat lock, which can help even better with detecting guys. I think that's. Let's see if I got all that right.
He's gonna jack me up, that guy back there.
And yeah, and he does have a combi rifle, so it's not like he's completely helpless. He can still shoot guys.
Yeah.
This guy, you might end up hitting the most. He's my Sin Eater Observant with an HMG that's total reaction. Oh, not total reaction.
Woo.
He has the Neurocynetics, so he's kind of like total reaction, except in my own turn, he gets only the 1 burst. So he's really good at reacting, and he's not very good.
He needs to go. She needs to go because she's the doctor, not because she's a cat. That's just a bonus. She got to go because the up to.
About the doctor.
Who's the lady in the back?
The lady in the back, she's a character, Reverend Moira, Reverend Kusanagi. She has the highest BS in the faction, I think, in the faction of.
That's some BS right there. That's ballistic skill, guys.
Yeah, that's right. So she's got a multi-rifle. She's also she's got her ODD. She's got, I think, arm 3, and she also has no wound incapacitation. So she's extra hard to bring down, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm in trouble. That's what I'm hearing. It's 300 points of pain coming my way. And then, last but not least,
and she's religious, but that's.
You've got these 2 little helper dudes.
Yeah, I also there was one more. I have a regular Reverend Moira, so she's like her, but with not as good stats and none of the no wound incapacitation, but she's also pretty great.
Yeah.
And then 2 little helper bots. So those just they're kind of like they're little G servants, I think, for these 2. So they go around and they auto dock and auto engineer remotely for these 2.
Well, they all gotta go.
They'll hopefully be out there fixing remotes, fixing up my troops.
Gotta take them out. All right, so that's Ben's list. Let's go take a look at some Pano action. Okay, so this is the list I'm running. It's a little bit nonsensical because it's built around that awesome tag you see on your screen right there. He is one of the boss tags. He's got the heavy machine gun and the grenade launcher, correct, Ben?
Yes.
And I'm only asking him because Ben's got eyes on my list here. But he's pretty cool. He has a tag like the big giant robots, so just make him more awesome.
So he's tough. He's a good
lots
shot.
of armor.
He's got good weapons.
Yeah.
Everything you could want in a model.
I'm gonna have him kill everything in Ben's army. That's what my secret goal is. Also on that platform back there with him, I have an engineer and a doc. They are also going to be synced up with the PAL bots, which are right next to them. Those little guys to the right, and then the engineers on the left, and the docs right there in the middle. 2 PAL bots. Over here, I have a Garuda. That's the drop troop guy with the boarding shotgun. Right there. Thanks, Ben. And then also right there that's the Deva, and with the Spitfire. It's pretty awesome. Spitfire is kind of a cross between a combi rifle and a machine gun, heavy machine gun.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's really good. Next up, we have that unit right there, which is there in the back. That's another Deva with, help me out, Ben, what's that called again?
Just a Deva bot.
Just a Deva bot, yeah, with the heavy flamer. The big green guy right there. And then below that, we have a mule bot with a combi rifle. That's kind of think of it kind of as a turret. It's going to hang out. That big kind of quad walker right there. And then I've got a unit of Fusiliers. It's not really a unit, but a bunch of Fusilier models. Got a hacker back there. They're going to be a link team, yeah. Hacker, and then maybe my lieutenant's in there. Maybe, maybe not. But there's 5 of those bad boys with their cool armor and their fancy hats. So never trust people with berets.
Cool. It looks cool.
It looks cool. And their fancy berets.
So this is yeah, Neoterra gets to take some Aleph stuff, and that's why those Devas are there.
Yeah, in case you were wondering,
Sectorial.
I'm playing the Neoterra Sectorial, so exactly. Cool stuff. All right, Ben, are you ready to do this, man? We gotta move the board back, but
yeah, we gotta set up. And
here's the general look of the board. Real quick, too, there's 3 objectives on the board. You want to talk about those? They're not really objectives.
We're doing seize the antennas. Now, these rules state pretty clearly that we need either markers or a scenery piece by Warson will represent the antennas. We're not doing that.
Nope.
I just have these old terminals that
They
are part of
really well.
Sedition Wars, so they're kind of cool little. I don't think you can get them anymore, but they're just cool little computer terminals.
Yeah.
And, you know, whatever, antenna, computer, it's all the same thing. It's fine. So they'll work for the objectives.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, we're just going to try to get a specialist troop to one of those.
Which is probably either an engineer.
It's an engineer, a doctor, a hacker, or a forward observer.
Yep.
So
one of those 4.
Any of those guys can seize the objectives. I put the one in the middle intentionally on a tall building, so we're really gonna have to fight for it.
Heck yeah.
And it's not.
I don't just start there, guys. We're just doing this for the look.
Yeah, they're just we haven't deployed yet. So everybody's gonna go somewhere else. But yeah, so we're gonna have to really fight for that one in the middle, and you know, who knows? It may end up being easier to go after the ones that are on our opponent's side of the board.
Yeah, because this game really is all about managing your reactions and your line of sights and stuff like that to just kind of pick the people off in the best way possible, and then look for that gap, look for the opening to go for the win. So it's pretty straightforward deployments. Basically 12 inches on either board edge for either player, and then
none of us really have any forward deploy.
No,
I have one camo marker.
Yep, which we forgot to talk about, which was this guy.
Hey, you're not supposed to know that, dude.
I'm
That's hidden information.
This is not part. I'm not actually part of the guy.
I gotta go redo my whole list now.
That guy, yeah, forgot about him, but he's totally. We're gonna pretend like I don't know about him.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
And then even though Neoterra is known for having some really good TO camo troops, it just there wasn't any room to fit him in.
Because I'm basically taking the tag.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Tag instead. He is awesome.
And again, all this stuff, the rules, all online for free. If you want to go build this army list online, you can do that right now.
InfinityTheGame.com/army.
Yeah, and we're going to be playing on the awesome Table War Fat Mat stuff from Friendly Gaming again. This is one they have specifically for, I think, Infinity, but it's kind of like the quote-unquote futuristic version.
Yeah,
so
we have terrain from 3 different companies. I've got barrels from Pegasus. We have this from Mantic. What is it called? Just the Dead Zone scenery.
Yeah, scenery packs.
And we have the card scenery packs, both from Ice Storm and from
the Ariadne, from
brand
new. Yeah. That's the cool part about those starter boxes is like this is basically 3 of the scenery packs.
Yeah.
From Ice Storm and Ariadne, and just kind of you can buy those now. I know the Ice Storm packs you can buy separately, but
you can buy
they work really well.
If you like Aleph and you want it to look a little more Aleph themed.
There you go. So we got to get one of those. Anyway, that's that. We're gonna go get deployed, get ready to go, and I'm gonna try to take out Ben's dock. So here we go. Hey BoLS fans, real quick too, while Ben is setting up, I wanted to show this off real fast. We did pick up a couple of the classified missions decks, basically. These are my 2 missions. I'm not going to show Ben because he's a dirty cheater and he'll use this knowledge against me. I'm just kidding. But here's my...
already when you were on the phone with your life.
I know.
Telling her how much you love her.
That's exactly what happened. I walked out of the room, so he probably already looked. Here's one of my first missions. He kind of knows what's going on with this one. So basically, it's just a new way to play the game to get more points and for the ITS missions.
It's really not that.
So it's not new per se, but it's a fun way.
Card format.
Yeah.
Rather than, I think that the thing was like fans had already come up with the card format.
To
make it easier than just using and rolling on the chart. And so everybody's like, hey, well, we'll just make an official version.
Yep, so we have the official ones there. There's my first mission. Here's my other one. I think this one's probably going to be the easier of the 2 to score because I'm using a tag. And I have a feeling that he's going to try to do stuff to it. Especially with a missile launcher that doesn't need line of sight. What? Anyway, I haven't deployed yet. Ben's still going. I actually won the initiative roll with, you do a willpower versus test basically, and I won that roll. So I'm making Ben deploy first and set up first. Or that is deploying, and then go first, and then I'll deploy and go.
Crazy to do that, but
he thinks I'm crazy, but I have a plan.
I know you're going to take away some orders from me.
I have a plan.
That's just how you do it.
Yep, that's exactly. I didn't know I could do that. So we'll see what happens. Alrighty, folks, we are all deployed. Ben is set up along here on this edge. As you can see here, that token right there is for a prone model. Is that correct?
Yeah, doctor's prone.
The doctor is prone. That's signifying the doctor, which is that model, is prone. He also has his TO camo marker, which I have no idea what that is.
No.
I don't even know what's going on right now.
Anything.
But he's all set up here. He's got another couple guys back in here. Again, the objectives are right there on top of the building, and then my objectives over there.
Plus whatever the
secret ones are. So, yeah, Ben didn't tell me what his were.
No.
And I'm not supposed to know because this is a game where you have hidden stuff. It's okay. So
no, someone just fell over. That's
yep,
fine.
just an empty box. All right, moving on. That's Ben's deployment. He's and remember, he's going first. So I deployed over here, respectively, to try to make sure that he couldn't quite get some shots off. He probably will anyway, because it's part of the game. But all my guys are kind of facing fire lanes and stuff like that. At the start of the game, I'm going to spend one of my command tokens, which is right here. Hey Ben, I'm spending a command token. You lose 2 orders first turn. So boom, he's got a lot of orders. So, but you spend that to do that. So that's one of my 4. But yeah, we'll get started with turn 1, and we'll do quick recaps at the end of each turn. So let's do this. You ready?
Yeah.
It's go time.
All right, we're back after my turn 1. This is Ben talking because he's kind of sulking right now.
Yeah, sulking.
So what happened was my lovely moderator with the updo that Adam just couldn't quit talking about. She shot a couple markers over here, managed to land 2 of them successfully. One, she got close enough to actually get it within 8 inches of the tag, and the other one's hiding behind these barrels just to say, hey man, you better come kill me or I might hack you again. But anyway, after that happened, one of my Reverend Custodiers isolated the tag, so now he is an irregular and he cannot receive orders from the order pool.
He can still use his own order.
Yeah, he can still use his own order, but he can't take any from the pool, and he doesn't add his to the pool. So that is really bad news for a tag that's almost 1/3 of the points of the army. On the other hand, I thought I was going to possess him, but that is something that only assault hacking devices can do. So he is not possessed.
Luckily for me.
Luckily for you. And Adam's got an engineer literally right there to try to take him away from the isolated state. But hopefully that'll burn through a few orders.
You burning my orders, dog.
Other than that, good news on this front. My engineer successfully hacked the antenna on my side. So right now I'm controlling it. So yeah, unfortunately I didn't kill anything. I got that. I isolated that the tag, but it was several orders to basically just maybe possibly take it out for a few orders. So as cool as it seems right now, it may not have been the best move. So we will come back after Adam's turn and see what's going on then.
Okay, BoLS fans, here's what my backfield looks like after my first turn of shooting. Just some stuff moved around, as you can see. These guys shuffled around here. This guy actually shifted over about an inch and took some pop shots at the hacker and engineer. Excuse me. Yeah. He is an engineer. He can also hack. But that guy actually absorbed 3 orders worth of shooting.
Yeah.
And is only partially wounded because I rolled awesome.
You missed all your first shots. With your second one, you hit 3 times. 3 hits. But I saved 2 of the armor saves, so he was just unconscious.
Yeah.
And since I have a doctor, that means I can maybe bring him back.
Or kill him. Hopefully kill him.
Or kill him. And then you shot him another time, and you missed with all your shots again.
Yeah, so I rolled 6 dice worth of misses, which is... No, 8 dice worth of misses.
8 dice worth of misses.
Pretty impressive for a Spitfire.
9, really. Yeah. You needed a 9, but still.
A 50-50, it's still...
It's about a 50-50.
Yeah. Over here, my tag shifted over. I did manage to blow up the repeater, but in the process, I took out the repeater and
the moderator.
And the moderator, so I got the...
No more updo.
No more updo. But his HMG was able to unload on my HMG.
Because of the neurokinetics.
Yeah.
Neurocinetics.
So he's full autoing me back. All of his arrows, full reaction. And now my tag is down.
Your tag is down.
So,
and if you try to send anybody to get him, you've got a Sin Eater.
Yeah.
Who will
probably kill him.
Definitely want to shoot you.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But that was it for my turn. I didn't drop anybody or anything. And yeah, we'll go over to the Nomad turn 2. Real quick too. Besides having to spend 3 orders on this guy shooting a Spitfire at a stinking engineer and not killing him, I also had to spend 3 orders hacking with my engineer. It was really frustrating. So my hacker was at the terminal hacking, and I rolled just horrible. So again, it's the Pano willpower was just not the best. Fusiliers, not the best hackers, but you got to do what you got. You got to work with what you got. So I did have to spend basically 6 of my orders were wasted this turn. So it kind of hurt. So yeah. Anyway. Going on to Nomads, turn 2.
Alright, things aren't going so great for the Nomads out in Infinity Land right now. Debatable. I guess the tag is still unconscious. That's really huge. So my turn, I spent a lot of it trying to get rid of Adam's hacker, which I did. So that was a success. I got a 0 over there. He successfully targeted the guy standing beside the hacker, and then I shot a smart missile at that guy. It didn't completely annihilate him, but it did blow up the hacker, who was just gone out of the game, having failed 2 wounds against double action. The whole point was that I really wanted to get him out so that I could bring in my airborne deployment guy without having to worry about a hacker hacking the drop ship. So even with the +3, because I did use my own hacker to improve his rolls, I still rolled a 15 on the drop, of course, deviated way over here. The whole point was he was going to try to go in and finish off that tag, because as awesome as my Sin Eater is with the neurocinetics, he doesn't get a full burst, so he's just a terrible option to finish off the tag, because he can only shoot 1 shot per order. So I only cost Adam 2 orders, but I did cost him his hacker, which is pretty good. I got my guys spread out all over the place.
When he came down, he got jacked up too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, sorry, and that's the whole thing. He was out on top of a building where everyone could see. I swear, every time I fail an airborne deployment physique roll, the dude ends up on a building where everybody can shoot at him.
You saw the parachute coming down, just laughed.
Yeah. So he's unconscious. I guess it could have been worse. He could have just been annihilated. He's unconscious. I have a doctor who could heal my engineer, who can heal my robot maybe and bring him back and do some cool stuff.
The 0 got wounded twice. So
yeah, the 0 got wounded twice. He got wounded and then healed by my doctor, which gave me my experimental drug classified objective. So I did do another objective there. That was pretty good. So yeah. So let's see. Blew up Adam's hacker, made one of his Fusiliers unconscious. My 0 got knocked unconscious but was healed, and then made unconscious again when he tried to move back to cover.
That's right.
The meteor came down in a bad place and is unconscious. I still have most of my guys, but I'm not as happy as I could be. I feel like that was a lot of nothing kind of happened that turn. Hopefully it will be just as bad a turn for Adam.
No way, I gotta roll better this time.
Alright, we'll see what happens over there. Yeah, Adam's had some really bad rolls too. So.
Woo! All right. Bad dice. Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, this was actually, yeah, it was a pretty good turn for the Pan O. So this is how my backfield looks right now. You can see I moved some guys around. They've moved up, my lieutenants and stuff like there. But in order, what happened is my very first order, I had that Garuda, thank you. Drop in first order right there on top of the building where the Sin Eater was.
And he tricked me.
I did trick him.
Into moving sideways.
That was my whole point.
And so then
and I made the roll, which was kind of ridiculous because you hacked me. I was -3.
Yep.
Or you were,
yeah. So just to recap, in my turn, my meteors on with assisted hacking
went from
couldn't
here
land where he was supposed to. But in Adam's turn, I was actively hacking against his airborne deployment troop, and his still made it just fine.
That's right. Unassisted hack.
Boom. Place.
It was intentional.
It was all just a trick.
Because all I wanted him to do, exactly. I drop in here. He has, when you drop into somebody's zone of control or ZOC, they get an ARO. So they get to react, basically. So the trick was to turn the Sin Eater to face the Zon or get him in an arc, right?
Yep.
So even though he had an arc that was still that way, and this guy got shot to pieces by your character back here, but he made all those, and then I think somebody else shot him, right? Who all shot him? They all did.
It was Kusanagi that shot him.
That's right. She got a crit. So she actually knocked him down,
yep.
And he's wounded, so he can't really do anything. But the Sin Eater turned. Then I was able to run this brave little robot right here,
yeah,
which was my next order. Run the brave little robot over to here where my tag was. I was able to repair him, and then the tag was then able to fire unopposed, really, down the line and take out the Sin Eater. Put another couple damage on the Zond.
The real shocker for me was that sideways, he still couldn't see that little thing, but it's just like after all the arguing was done, it was pretty obvious that, like...
I didn't argue.
His arc just, like, literally cut down the side of that, the way it turned him. So I don't know, I thought it was more like this, and I should be able to pop the guy, but... Although the truth is... No, I remember what it was. It's that this guy's in the way.
Yeah.
Because he has a big silhouette marker.
So basically, advanced deployment screwed Ben over airborne.
Yeah. So not only did I fail the dispersion roll, which if I had passed it, the tag would definitely be dead.
Yep.
He also got in the way of my Sin Eater shooting the little robot that went to
the
guy that he was trying to kill in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's really just like a catastrophic failure, like about as catastrophic as possible.
Yeah. And once the tag is back up, it's bad times all around. The tag shot down there, he shifted over, shot the Zero, killed him. He took out the Sin Eater as well. He put some damage on that Zond again. You have to do even more damage to robots to take them out. But
now the good news is that this is an objective game, and while I'm not thrilled about a lot of my prospects right now, there's still plenty of room to take objectives.
The other thing, though, too, is this was secretly why I was so amped up to get, Ben doesn't know this, right, but my test run takes an engineer, succeed at an engineer roll on any allied trooper, getting it to recover 1 structure point, which is what I just did. So I also claimed one of my objectives. So just if you're keeping track at home, Ben and I have each hacked our respective terminals, and we each have scored a card. So points-wise, whatever you want to call it, we're actually tied still. So objective-wise, we're tied. So, but we're moving on. So again, I've shifted around guys back here just to cover fire lanes. And now Ben is going to come and kick my butt some more. So here comes the Nomads.
All right, all you need to know right now is we have a Reverend Custodier on top of the center building, standing by the objective, which she has successfully, with a willpower roll, turned over to me. So Adam now has to go and take that back. The points as it stands, I've captured the one on my side, and he's captured the one on his side. So he has 2 different terminals he can try to hack, and if he can hack them successfully, then he will take back control. Now, he has to use a specialist troop to do this. I killed his hacker. I don't know which forward observers he might have left running around. He's kind of counting them all up back there right now. So some of those Fusiliers are undoubtedly forward observers. His hacker's down, but he has an engineer and a doctor, both of whom can achieve the objective. I'm hoping he doesn't have enough orders left to make it. Plus, she is up there, and she's going to try to boarding shotgun at anybody who comes close. And I'm really glad, I didn't think about it at the time, but I'm pretty glad that I took the boarding shotgun version, because that's a very good ARO weapon in a situation like this, because she'll get a +6 against anybody who peeks their head up over the side. So I'm thinking I can probably get this one. As you can see by the marker, she's prone up there, so nobody's going to be shooting at her from below. So she's all up there in the library tower, feeling pretty good about hacking over the terminal. And again, this is why I like objectives. You know, it's more than just out shooting each other. So yeah, it took almost all the orders I had left up there. I've actually still got more guys than I thought. I had 7 orders in the pool. So it took her 6 to get up there and hack it. And then the last one was just to move this, not her, that's the other custodial, the Moira out, and so she has line of sight covering that tiny little corridor. So if one of his guys gets up close to there, she'll be able to shoot. And if one of them tries to come through to get to my terminal, she'll be able to shoot. So I don't know, maybe Adam has a clever plan. You got anything you want to say?
I mean, both the ladder, there's ladders on either side of this building.
Yeah.
So, and Ben's done a really good job of covering both sets of ladders. So I don't really know what to do as far as to score that. So I'm probably just going to try to kill some stuff, because honestly, I think I'm in a better position to do that. I don't think I have enough orders to get up there effectively with oncoming fire.
And the Nomads they'll be sad, they'll mourn their losses, but they'll have the valuable data that they need.
Yep.
Or I guess no, I mean, I use terminal models, but they're trying to get the antennas. So
maybe they're just trying to hack for more porn. I don't know what Nomads do. Don't judge them.
They succeed at scoring objectives.
Yeah.
Is what Nomads do.
And Pano's really bad at willpower rolls.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, having that willpower 14 on her was just beautiful. Having played so much Pano, just being able to walk up and just like get it the first try, you know, which Adam's had problems doing that. But
spending 3 orders.
Nothing feels better than just like, I have to make a willpower roll. Hey, I passed on the first try.
Yeah.
So going from Pano Shiana back to Nomads, it's just such a good feeling. All right, anyway.
Good feeling, quote unquote.
We'll come back. Adam still has an active tag. He's looking angry. We'll see what happens when we get back.
All right, end of turn 3 for Pan-O. I didn't move too much stuff back here, but I did have one Deva go full Rambo on me right here. So this guy is my vengeful MVP. Excuse me.
There you go.
I can talk. So I definitely couldn't get up there. I had a model that was in position to get up there and kill her. However, she's got a boarding shotgun, so the odds were pretty bad if I hopped up there. Whatever went up there was going to get shotgun pretty quick.
Also, it was covering some of your lanes of entry.
Yeah.
There were 2 different models that could see.
Yep. Both of those.
See you as you went up the side.
Right.
One here, so she could see you kind of like as you were there.
Right. So if I had run my engineer from here all the way up here, up to the ladder, and then up and over, not only would I have had to deal with a shotgun to contend with, not only would I have to blow at least 3 orders to get up top, I would have also had to dodge at least 2 rounds of fire from both of those models that were there.
So
however,
instead you just decided to spite me.
Instead I decided to get, Pano seems like a vengeful crew, so that's exactly what I did. My Deva hopped down here with a Spitfire. I ran through the hallway here, ran up to the side where the first guy was, took him out. Well, actually, the HMG also helped too. I forgot. She slid over, and then HMG'd the one that was there.
Yeah.
And then
he didn't really do it all himself, did he?
Yeah, but then he hopped up, took them out, and then just out of spite, because I'm spiteful, he climbed up on the box and shot the poor hacker that was unconscious for most of the game.
Yeah.
So again, I don't think I could have pulled that one out. I would have needed some serious luck, but instead I went for the vengeful kill, which I totally did.
A larger pool of casualties.
Which in my mind means I win. Now, game turns. Oh, my lieutenant was right there.
Okay, so
my lieutenant was the other Deva the entire time.
Yeah, I should have thought about it a little bit better, because lieutenant killing is always such a good option, and I know Pano well enough to know that he only had
either that or the Fusiliers.
Yeah.
It's not like you built my list or anything, so.
Right. So it could have been either her or one of the others.
One of the other Fusiliers.
And sometimes, depending on how you win the first turn, you can kind of determine who the enemy's
Luckily, I rolled a 3 for my willpower, so...
And I just failed, and then...
Yeah. Who was your lieutenant?
First turn anyway. It's Kusanagi.
Yeah, I figured it was...
Somehow, I had, like, this list has so many special weapon points that I can't do it without her. The HMG is like 2, and then I've got, like, the point of hacking devices, and then I don't remember how...
So, real quick, too, Ben, the total at the end, the objectives are worth...
3 each.
3 each, and you've got the experimental drug, the cards as well, right?
Yeah.
So that was...
We each got a card.
We each got a card, so it was basically... When he took that, it was 3 points more, so it became 4 to 7.
Yeah.
And
what was really... The real bummer about my meteor not landing where I wanted to was it was just going to go up and coup de grace.
Perform a coup de grace on an unconscious or spawn embryo.
So that would have been...
Nice.
Yeah, that would have taken it out completely, and... So not only so you would have lost the tag, not been able to repair it.
Yeah.
I would have gotten another point, and yeah, everything would have just pretty much, I feel like, snowballed, at least for me.
Oh yeah,
in a good way after that. But
yeah, on the flip side too, like we were playing the ITS missions. They only go to turn 3.
Yes.
And ideally, you know what you're doing when you play Infinity. There's not a lot of positives, so games can go really quickly once you get comfortable with the reactions and the rules and stuff like that. So, you know, this could have been a 30-minute game. You know, and plus filming for us, we pause in between to film, so that takes time too. So, but yeah, overall, pretty enjoyable. It's a really quick game. That was a 300-point game that we theoretically could have finished in like 30 minutes. So, it's just a lot of back and forth interaction. Once you get comfortable with it, the gameplay is super fast. It's pretty brutal, just because a lot of stuff is fairly low armor, and a lot of the guns hit fairly hard. I know that rocket, the tag rocket, it's like StarCraft, nuclear launch detected, man. You get a laser tagger on you, and then here comes the bomb. So that could have been pretty devastating. I got lucky with some return fire. But overall, I really like this game. Hopefully we can play some more, Ben.
Yeah.
I've got my Nomads that I've been working on.
You gotta finish up your Corregidor.
I do.
And then it'll be Nomads again, but a very different kind of army.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about it too.
Drop troops. That's more kind of militaristic and not as like sneaky and hacky.
Yep. So even in the different sectorials, I guess.
Sectorials, yeah.
There's different play styles for each army, so you might collect one version of one sectorial. Like Ben's got a different option than I do, so it's pretty fun. Any final thoughts, Ben?
Not too much. I feel like I gotta find a way to maybe squeeze a sniper in here or something.
I did miss that.
Yeah. I don't have enough to answer you across the board. Yeah, you almost got a sniper in your link team, but we just didn't have quite enough points. That's really put that, and the fact that you know, you really need a multispectral visor.
Yeah.
You know, that's kind of where some of those special weapons.
So tips for list building real quick. Like if you're gonna play the ITC missions, ITS.
Infinity Tournament System, I think is what it stands for.
I keep saying the wrong acronym. There's too many acronyms these days. If you're gonna play that, you want to start with probably having at least a hacker and an engineer and maybe a doctor, right?
Yeah, those are really kind of the roles you need to fill out right away. It doesn't you don't necessarily have to have all 3, although it helps. And typically the doctors and engineers aren't very expensive. They don't cost any special weapon points. So you can have, you know, like mine, I think it's like 12 and 14, and then a moderator is just 10 anyway.
So you kind of want to start there.
Yeah, the support packs are really important. She's actually a much older model. I think she's still available, but she was one of the first ones I bought. So.
She wasn't prone. I was going to take that cat girl out.
Oh yeah, I know you were.
I was going to drop her. I had the HMG lined up, man. Spitfire ready to go.
But then after taking care of those first specialists, the doctor engineer, you want to try to find out who in your army are forward observers.
Yeah.
Because those guys can achieve all of these, because they kind of specialist troops, so they can achieve these objectives, and sometimes they can achieve the classified deck objectives as well. So those are really important. And Pano players are pretty lucky because the Fusiliers are forward observers just for a slight points increase. Bakunin, not so much.
But you had the forward observer lady that was firing the repeaters downwind, which is pretty cool.
No, she's not a forward observer. She's not a specialist.
Right, but she can help other specialists. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, well, she can help. She can help with active hacking.
Yeah.
And if she could have, maybe I did the wrong thing. Maybe I should have tried to land some of those markers by your terminal.
Yeah.
Hacked your terminal. You would have been able to hack it right back, but it still would have cost you a bunch of orders, probably more than me because your willpower is lower.
Yep, I found that out.
But yeah, I don't have quite the abundant supply of forward observers that Pano does, which was something that I had to get used to playing Bakunin again. I only had 2. One was the Zero, who despite being in cover and camouflage got himself killed not once but twice by AROs.
I had a lot of bullets going down.
And then I had this Meteor who had
went
to
the wrong
not
way.
land in the right spot.
That was a pretty catastrophic failure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's dice. What are you going to do, right? So.
Yeah.
But overall, really fun. Good times. Thanks again, Ben, for the game. And this is AdamHarry and GentleBen signing off for BoLS.
Thanks for watching.
Have a good one.